Welcome back. It's another Friday here at Sports Night in Quarantine. I'm Andy Hewling, joined by Delaney Brea. We're going to hop into this week's action in sports. And one of the big sports news happened yesterday is Jalen Green made his college or future career choice, and he chose to go to the G League instead of taking the option of going to college. Obviously, Auburn was one of his biggest routes that he could have taken if he were going to college. Also, Memphis, Florida State, USC were some other names in the mix, but Green has decided to take a $500,000 contract in the G League and seek his chance of making it to the NBA itself. Delaney, as this happened, what were your thoughts with his decision, and do you think that the G League is going to start stealing more high school recruits from colleges that are looking to sign those players?
Well, it was disappointing that he didn't decide to commit to Auburn. And I do think that, especially in our current day and age, the G League does seem like a more attractive choice because while the prospect of college hoops, we don't really know where the future is because this is such an unforeseen time. And it does seem attractive because they're signing with them, they're getting paid. College, you're not getting any money. And especially because they don't know how regular this next season will be. And if it is an irregular season like this past season was, then eligibility problems arise and it's just hard to make a decision with all the current events. So I think that the G League, especially if this pandemic keeps up, then a lot more players will sign with G League instead of deciding to go to college.
Yeah, I agree. I think, when you think about it, it is a hard time, but I still think though, if he wants the most exposure, I think college basketball is the route for him because I mean, if you look at the stats, college basketball is definitely more broadcasted more, it's more available. Obviously, the G League though is sometimes during the summer. They play a lot of ball, early in the season before the actual NBA gets going. So I think in terms of it, yes, he's probably making the right decision. But in terms of really getting his name out to people, I think it's going to be difficult going through the G League. Whereas in college, you have the Final Four, NCAA tournaments, things that people watch every year, and he can get his name out there for whatever team he goes to. But you're right. I think that decision was the right thing. Greg Brown, another big recruit that Auburn will have the chance to have make his commitment to the Tigers. Also, Memphis, other schools are looking for him. He's also been offered a G League contract as of yesterday, reported by 24/7 Sports. What do you think his options will be? Do you think he might take the same route, or do you think he'll go to college?
I think definitely that Jalen Green's decision, seeing another top ranked player signing with the G League could make that a more attractive option for Greg Brown. And I do think that that will play into his opinions. But if he really just wants to play, I think he'll choose the college route. Hopefully, Auburn, we'll see. But if he is more interested in the money, clearly G League is the better option.
True, and I think for Auburn fans specifically, they shouldn't lose heart that if these players do go to the G League, that like, oh, they just didn't want to come to Auburn, or like, I think if you put it in perspective, Auburn right now has the best recruiting class they've ever had in program history. Like, Sharif Cooper is now the highest rated high school prospect to come to Auburn since Mustafa Heron just a couple of seasons ago. So Auburn is moving in the right direction. Like, just reminding everyone, they've signed Sharif Cooper, JT Thor, Justin Powell, and a few other 3 or 4 star players for the next couple seasons. So it's a good sign for Auburn that they're moving up, and even I guess even though Jalen didn't come, it's good that Auburn is fighting for top recruits because that means they have a pool, and that they have notoriety around the country with some high school prospects. So, with that being said, let's move into a little fun thing that Fanatics.com is doing, you and I were talking about before we came on. Is they're doing some fan experiences for sports or music, some artists that they have, are giving away experiences with um, themselves. I'm just going to name off a few of these that are kind of funny, and Delaney, you can tell me some of the ones that you really liked. But I looked at ones like golf at Pebble Beach with Justin Timberlake and Bill Murray. There's like an ultimate sports fan experience where you can get tickets to like more than 20 events and even have airfare and hotels paid for. These events would be like the U.S. Open Championships, the Masters, the NHL Finals, NBA Finals, the Olympics. Like, it's incredible. There's even one like being Kevin Hart's next movie. Throw out the first pitch of the World Series or a one-day contract to play for the Mavericks. It's some incredible experiences, and you can donate money to get entries into these experiences. And I think the lowest is like $10 for 10 entries, but you can pay up to like $100 for over 100 entries into the experiences, and it all is donated for a cause. And it's all in challenges, providing food to those in need, kids in the kids, elderly, and the frontline heroes. So it's the hashtag all in challenge. So go on fanatics.com if you want to get in on these incredible experiences and have a chance to win those. Delaney, what were some of the ones that you really enjoyed?
Well, some of the things from the more of the auction side, which obviously are way more expensive, but all the money's going towards a great cause, and they've already raised almost $8 million, which is amazing. But they're giving away. Tom Brady donated game opener tickets when he starts with the Buccaneers, his game jersey, and dinner with him after. People have the chance to play 3-on-3 pickup game with Shaq. You can have dinner and play a round of golf with Peyton Manning in your hometown. And it's just so cool to see all these athletes and celebrities donating things in order to band together and help this crisis. And it's really funny to see all the different things. Like, even Meek Mill donated his 2018 Rolls-Royce Platinum, which it's just cool to see people from all different branches of like athletes, celebrities, different artists come together with this opportunity.
Yeah, it's incredible, and I'm looking actually at one right here online. Is you get to run out with the Los Angeles Rams and then sit in a box seat for their game, and the bid right now is $15,000, which that's that's pretty high for running out of the tunnel at that. And then here's one more good one. The bid for getting to wear the turnover chain at a Miami Hurricanes game and sitting on the sideline with them is $19,000. So that's that's some
Wow.
incredible prices for these, I guess, temporary one day experiences. But I guess if you're a big sports fan, it's definitely worth it. Like I said, go on fanatics.com. You can check out the full list. They have a gold tab at the top of their page with the all in challenge. So head over there if you're looking to spend some big money in hopes of winning some crazy experiences. Um, so now we're going to hop into the bracket results that we have for our Auburn Top 32 Sports Moments. You, the fans, voted on the who should move through, and now we're going to present the winners and the teams or matchups, I guess, in the Sweet 16. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to check it out. Let me get this up. Okay. So, what the results that happened in the tournament? We'll start with the Aubrey region. I think no surprise, the Kick Six swept the men's basketball game versus Kentucky in 2016. And then Bo Heisman will be facing the Kick Six as they took down equestrian back-to-back titles in 2018-19. The College World Series run swept away men's Sweet 16 run in 2002. Punt Bama Punt won their matchup with Swim and Dives, 5 straight national titles. And then Bo Over the Top won, and actually really closely. Um, Iron Bowl 2019 beat the men's regular season basketball title. So I think do have a lot of basketball fans in the polls. And then no surprise, really. Men's basketball versus Kentucky won over football versus Florida in 1994. The national title won pretty easily in 2010 over the 2005 Auburn Georgia football game. Then on this side, on the ARIA region, we have the Final Four 2019 beating the 1957 national title. Uh, or meeting. I'm sorry. The Final Four in 2019 won, and they will meet the 1957 football national title in the Sweet 16. Gymnastics versus Alabama in 2016 will meet softball in the College World Series in 2016. The Iron Bowl 2010 beat Cam's Heisman Trophy in 2010, and they'll meet the 2004 undefeated season. Iron Bowl in the 1989 season will play the Prayer Jordan Hare, which won pretty easily over the Iron Bowl in 2017. So those are all the matchups. We will have these out on Saturday, probably Saturday afternoon, for the fans to start voting for next week. So make sure you do that and give us your opinion on who will go through to the next round. Delaney, what are some of the matchups that you're looking forward to in the Sweet 16?
From the Aubrey region, I'm really excited to see the 2019 College World Series run versus Punt Bama Punt, because those are two. Obviously, the World Series run is really recent, so it's fresh on everybody's mind, but Punt Bama Punt is a classic. And I think that's also going to come down to baseball fans versus football fans. But obviously, Auburn is kind of an everything school, so I think it'll be pretty close.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Punt Bama Punt was such a big moment because Auburn did not stand a chance in that game, but 2 block punts gave them the victory. And the College World Series, though, was such a unique run because I think not many people were expecting that. So that was a big one. Any other matchups that you're looking forward to?
I think that the Iron Bowl '89 and the prayer at Jordan Hare, I think that's going to be another big one, especially because those are two big football moments. So that's going to come down to just which one is proves the best of the program.
Yeah, for sure. I think, 89 and then 2013 were really special seasons. 89 obviously was the first Iron Bowl ever. But the pair of Jordan Hare was, such a miraculous game, miraculous moment for Auburn to keep their season alive in 2013. So yeah, I think it'll be very, very exciting to see what happens with that. I think one matchup I'm looking forward to seeing is the Iron Bowl versus 2004 undefeated season, because the Iron Bowl in 2010 was such a great game, but the season of 2004 is always most remembered as probably one of Auburn's most dominant undefeated teams. Probably should have played for a national championship against USC and Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush, but Oklahoma stole the second spot and got into the BCS national championship over undefeated Auburn, which sparked a lot of controversy because Oklahoma had one loss and Auburn had none, and people wondered why Auburn wasn't in there. But Auburn finished in the Sugar Bowl and went undefeated, beating Virginia Tech 13-9. So I just think, that was such a great season for Auburn. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the fans think of that. Um, yeah, hopefully with that being said, please go vote on this. The bracket will be released, like I said, on Saturday. We'll have those matchups online. We'll share them to Facebook, social media throughout the week, so that way you, the fans, can vote and share it with your friends. And we'd love to see what everyone votes on for the Elite Eight matchups, which we will announce next Friday. And yeah, it should be good. But yeah, that's going to wrap up everything for the show. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week with those results and hopefully a whole lot of sports talk in the next week.